You have all read A Separate Peace, but so what? What does creating a safe haven in the midst of a war have anything to do with us teens in the modern world? This novel shows us that jealousy is a lack of self-confidence and our identity can only be changed by ourselves. The first theme we'll show you is jealousy being a lack of self-confidence. In the beginning of the book, Finney decides to wear a pink shirt around campus. When he gets caught by a teacher, he tells him that he's wearing it in celebration for America's progress in the war. Somehow, he gets out of punishment with his explanation, and Jean automatically becomes jealous of Finney's capabilities to get out of punishment. Then, a little bit later, Finney used the Devon school tie as a belt and got caught again by the headmaster's wife. Jean knew he couldn't possibly get out of this, but somehow Finney managed to talk his way out of any punishment. Jean automatically felt disappointment that once again Finney talked his way out of it. Finney has enough confidence in himself, so he repeatedly breaks the rules because he knows he can get out of it. Jean's jealousy keeps building for Finney every time he talks his way out of something because Jean knows he could never talk smoothly in those situations like Finney does. The other theme that A Separate Peace shows is that you have the power to change or alter your identity. The first example of this is when Jean is alone in his room because Finney is still in the hospital from his accident. Jean goes through Finney's clothes and picks out the pink shirt from his dresser. Once he puts it on, he sees himself as the new Finney. Jean takes the identity of being at the top of the class into his own hands by getting rid of Finney at Devon and turning himself into Finney. Another example of this is when Leopard tells Jean he left the war because of the discharge they were going to give him. The particular discharge would ruin any potential occupation he would have in his future, so he took his identity in his own hands and decided to run away. Jean and Leopard both decide they don't like their identity, so they change who they are to solve their problems. But how does identity and jealousy have anything to do with each other? Let us show you. Finney was always number one in sports, and Jean was jealous of Finney always getting what he wanted and being on top, so Jean changes himself to be the best at academics out of jealousy of Finney. Because jealousy is a lack of self-confidence in our identity that only we can change, jealousy becomes a trigger that makes us want to change our identity.